And welcome to another day of A Year in Miracles. Today we are on A Course in Miracles workbook lesson 265. And I'm going to dive right into today's lesson because it's really good. So today's lesson is creation's gentleness is all I see. I have indeed misunderstood the world because I laid my sins on it and saw them looking back at me. How fierce they seemed, and how deceived was I to think that what I feared was in the world, instead of in my mind alone. Today, I see the world in the celestial gentleness with which creation shines. There is no fear in it. Let no appearance of my sins obscure the light of heaven shining on the world. What is reflected there is in God's mind. The images I see reflect my thoughts, yet is my mind at one with God's. And so I can perceive creation's gentleness. In quiet would I look upon the world, which but reflects your thoughts and mine as well. Let me remember that they are the same, and I will see creation's gentleness. And that's it. That's our lesson for today, lesson 265. And as I was reading this lesson earlier, it reminded me of how I've looked at the world differently throughout my life, and how it has changed in so many ways. As a young child, I was never taught that I am a part of the mind of God. I didn't have any kind of organized religion in my life, and I was kind of set out on a journey to discover what religion was or what spirituality was for me. And through all of my experiences with organized religion, with different relationships and situations that came in and out of my life, I came to understand exactly what all of this means. So starting out, right, I was a victim of the world I saw. I was in a situation as a young adult where I didn't have a lot of support, right? And what I saw terrified me and frightened me. And I looked for my happiness outside of myself in the world. I looked for safety, salvation, security, always from outside of myself, from a relationship, maybe from a parent figure, somebody to come and save me. I remember just thinking someday, my knight in shining armor was going to show up, ride up on that horse and save me from the world that was terrible and frightening and scary. And then I hit a point in my life where I realized no one was coming to save me, that it was my responsibility to save myself. So instead of being the victim, I became the survivor, right? And I wore that badge very proud. And I survived everything. And of course, as we know, the law of attraction, I was the survivor, so I brought more things to survive into my reality because I was projecting that onto the world. As it says today I laid my sins on the world. And what is a sin? A mistake, right? I laid my mistake about what I thought onto the world. So being a survivor, a lot of things came into my world that I needed to survive, and I was really good at it, right? And then I thought, I don't want to be just a survivor anymore, right? I want to be a warrior, right? A conqueror. So again, all of that came into my world, right? Still so much drama and chaos for me to have to conquer and struggle with and muddle through, right? And it wasn't until, years later that I shook my head in doing A Course in Miracles and I realized my only function is happiness. I I just want to be happy. So I put that out into the world. What does that look like? And then I started looking on the world in gentle, happy thoughts. And that reflected back toward me. And I saw happiness, right? So that's what today's lesson is all about. In quiet would I look upon the world, which but reflects your thoughts and mine as well. Let me remember that they're the same, right? Let me remember that my power comes from love and that one mind that we all share. And if we connect to that, right, that source of love, that source of happiness, and we bring that with us into our day and into the world, we will see that reflected back. Because there is no fear in it. Let no appearance of my sins, my mistakes, obscure the light of heaven shining on the world, because all of that is there for you to see as well, if you choose it, right? Sometimes it's a process. Sometimes we feel like we have to go through these steps in order to finally get to that place where we say, I am just so tired of the struggle. I'm so tired of being a survivor. I'm tired of being the warrior. I'm tired of being the conqueror. I just want happiness. And guess what? Poof, there it is, right? But you have to choose it for yourself first before you can see it reflected on the world that you see and in all of the people you see, right? Did you just get tired of the drama and the struggle? Let those grievances go. They are not worth the energy or the time or the mistakes that they create in your mind, right? When you can see peace and happiness instead. So that is our lesson for today. A Course in Miracles workbook lesson 265 is creation's gentleness is all I see. And when you get to that point where that's all you want to see, that is all that you will see. So I hope you're enjoying these lessons. 265 already. Oh my gosh, that means there's 100 left to go. Can you believe it? We've been at this for so long. And I love it. And I love that you guys are all here with me doing all of these lessons. Good morning, Parul. Great to see you here this morning. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning, Carl. Hi, honey. Hi, Sandy. Good morning, everyone. Great to see you all here. Hey, Tom. Good to see you. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Sandeep. Good to see you. Hi, Joanne. Nice to see you on the live feed this morning. Yeah, beautiful lesson, right? Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday, you too, Cheryl. And see how this works for you, right? If you have misunderstood the world, which most of us have, because most of us didn't get this empowerment training when we were younger. Most of us weren't told that our mind is that one mind of God. And we have a choice, right? We have a choice of what we connect with and align to. We have a choice of what kind of world we want to see. And it lies within all of us, within you, within me. And yes, we can hold on to grievances, but you see what it brings you, right? You see the unhappiness that it brings you and the chaos that it brings you. And you just need to let that go and allow yourself to see happiness and see a different world. And I hope you're trying this out today. And I'd love to see how it shows up for you. So if you'd like to post here and see if there maybe was a situation where you could have brought a little bit of anger or fear, right? Because all anger is just derived from fear. If you break it down, fear of not appearing intelligent, or fear of not knowing, or fear of looking weak, anger, jealousy, resentment, they all break down to something you're afraid of. What am I afraid of? Well, you don't have to be afraid of anything, because you are a powerful creator of the universe, right? You are a part of that one mind of God. So see how that shows up for you today. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Doug. Good to see you here this morning. Good morning, Alton. Hey, Greg. Nice to see you here this morning. Thanks, Sandy. Always great to see you, and thank you for sharing. You always open up your soul and you share what's happening for you, and I appreciate that. And I'm sure others appreciate reading what's going on and happening for you, because there's probably a lot of other people out there too that are experiencing these lessons for the first time and seeing how it's showing up in their world for the first time. So it's great when we all share what's going on, because it always helps other people that maybe don't really want to share, or just, might be experiencing something a little bit different. And when you share your stories, it makes them feel like, oh, that's happening to me too. All right, so I'm not the only one. Sometimes that helps when you can feel that shared. And if you don't want to share here on the public Facebook group where I'm doing these live lessons, you can always come over and join our private Facebook group, and feel free to share what's coming up for you. Good morning, Michael. Great to see you here this morning. Hey, Greg, good morning. Great to see you on the live feed. Always wonderful to see all of you here. So enjoy today's lesson on this beautiful Sunday and see how it shows up for you. Creation's gentleness is all I see. See if that can work for you today, and look on that world today and watch that reflect back to you and see how that shows up. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and I will be back tomorrow morning for our next live A Course in Miracles workbook lesson. All right, have a great day. Bye, guys.